Okay, creativity. Why are we wanting you to do this? Why are we wanting you to take activities and be creative? Simple reason. We want you to start exploring your own capabilities that perhaps have been put to the side. They get put to the side because we all come with what we call a pretext. In other words, we all grew up somewhere, we all went to school somewhere, most of us would be working or have worked. And what that tends to do is put a sort of blinkers on us, because we learn to do things that we do every day very, very well, and that tends to become routine. So we get into a routine and there's really no reason for us to perhaps make a cup of tea a different way. So the notion of being, or thinking about creativity in a reflective context is actually a bit challenging, and at the start you probably think it's a little bit, Mickey Mouse, isn't it? Like, come on. But seriously, if we were not to go down a creative path, what we tend to start seeing is that everything becomes beige. And sometimes when we're at work and we get into a job and into a role and we're really confident in our role, and because we don't move, we don't change, then everything around us doesn't really change either. And so unless we're willing to change and really think about ourselves and be creative and look at the world differently, like take the time to actually look at something from a different angle. And the purpose of these activities and listening to the recordings that we've got for you, there's 2 TED Talks which are fantastic, but they really do get you thinking back to when you were young, when you had ideas. I can remember running around with my cousins who were all boys and I was the only girl, and it was great. But we'd run around and we'd have things slapped on our wrist about, we thought we were all Dick Tracy, and we could call each other, and we thought, how fantastic would it be to be able to do something like that? And then when I got a bit older, maybe about teenage time, and I was at, secondary school, there was no way I would tell anybody that. I mean, that, to be creative, to think about things in cool ways, different ways, was sort of, we were taught not to do that by our peer group and, quite often in our education system, unfortunately. So this section or this activity that we want you to do is all about you being reflective and thinking outside your square, that your box that you've been put in basically, or that you might find yourself in, and to be cognizant of what that might be for you. So we hope you enjoy the 2 TED presentations.